Almost every successful person says it. In order to win the day, you have to win the first hour of the day, right? We just learned about the rule of P. You don't want to pee in the morning. You can go to the bathroom, but you don't want to do the rule of P, right? Think about our problems, live in the past, look at our phones, all right? All right, let's talk about it. We have got to stop doing this in the morning. And this is called the rule of P. I'm going to be saying a lot of words that start with P, so this will be easy to remember for you. Now, what do most people do in the morning? What do we do? Think about it right now. You otherwise think about your problems, or you grab your phone and you surf your phone. Both of these are not okay to do in the morning because by definition, you're living in your past. Now, what happens when you think about your problems? So you just woke up, you have a brand new day, a fresh day to create anything you want, to feel emotions that you haven't felt, to think new thoughts, to create a future that you want to create. And the first thing that most people do is they think about their problems. They start going, oh, where's that back pain I'm used to feeling in the morning? Where's that stomach ache I'm usually having around this time? What about all that debt that I owe on my credit card? What about that job I have to go do that I don't like doing those things? And now you're priming. You're doing a bad job of priming yourself for the rest of the day by secreting stress hormones that literally make you function like a computer program. And if people don't do that, what's the second thing that they most likely are doing? They hit their snooze button or they grab their alarm on their phone here, and now they're locked into their phone and they're not creating. Now they're reacting to whatever is on their phone, right? Their emails, their text messages, any social media alerts. And this is the thing that baffles me. Most people don't like gambling. You know why you don't like gambling? Because most of the time you gamble, you lose. Especially if you're me, you lose a lot. That's why I'm on a 30-year ban from every casino. It's a self-imposed ban. Okay? Now, what happens when you look at your phone? This is what you do. When you look at your phone and any social media or anything on your phone, you are gambling, and the phone, which is the house, has the highest odds you've ever found. You're probably going to lose, and here's what I mean. So when you grab your phone, you're gambling. Within the first 30 seconds, you might get lucky. You might see a cute photo of a cat. You might see a cute video of a dog, and now you're feeling really happy about life. But do we ever leave when we're ahead? Do we ever leave the table when we're winning? Nope, we keep going. And then something pops up, a text message or an email from a coworker. Sometimes it could be a good thing. You might have gotten a promotion. That's a great thing. That might not happen that often, but most of the time it's an angry client or something that you have to do that day or something you did wrong the day before. Now you're not starting to feel so good and you're minutes into your day. Or you're a minute in, you didn't leave, and you came across a video of a corrupt politician, of a terrible climate disaster that happened in another city, or police brutality, which we seem to think is just commonplace. And now you're 5 minutes into your day, and now you are in a state of stress and frustration and anger because of the society, because of something that you saw on your phone. You're comparing your friend. She has better hair than you. And now, just by grabbing your phone in the first 5 minutes, you are operating from stress. And you are operating in the past, and this is a bad form of priming. We have got to stop doing this in the morning. So, what is the alternative? I'll show you. This is what we want to do in the morning, all right? The first thing we want to do is not touch our phones and think about our problems. Almost every successful person says it. In order to win the day, you have to win the first hour of the day, right? We just learned about the rule of P. You don't want to pee in the morning. You can go to the bathroom, but you don't want to do the rule of P, right? Think about our problems, live in the past, look at our phones, all right? Now, what can we do to take control of our day and start creating? The first thing you want to do is a gratitude journal. Why? For 2 reasons. One, we want to reach a state of an elevated emotion. What's the best elevated emotion? Love or gratitude. This gets us in a state of happiness and joy to where we can create later on in that morning a future that you want. So, we want to create an elevated emotion by a gratitude journal. Now, the other reason is because I think in this society where we are constantly comparing ourselves to everything and everyone, we forget just how much we can be grateful for. I mean, think about it. 100 years ago, if you were lower middle class or had things going, you didn't have running water. You didn't have electricity. You didn't have heat or AC. You didn't have a refrigeration system. You don't have a car to go from A to B. There is so much to be grateful for, whether it's your animals, the people in your life, your family. And so by starting your gratitude journal, you really understand how much you have to be grateful for, and you're getting in that elevated emotion. The next thing is PTS, okay? And PTS stands for past tense scripting. This is a gratitude journal, but 20 years into the future. So you're going to do the same thing you just did up there, but you're going to pretend that you're 20 years into the future, and you're going to be as specific as possible. For example, for what I do in my PTS is I write, today I woke up in a king bed with silky smooth sheets. I can see the ocean from my window, right? Who doesn't want to see the ocean? I have 2 amazing dogs. I have the soulmate of my dreams. I have this career job that I love. I drive this car that's this color, that's this year. You want to be as specific as possible. And the key to PTS is not writing it as I want or I need. That creates lack. True manifestation and true elevated emotion is I have, I possess, I am. Act as if you have already completed it, because just through thought alone, okay, your brain, because of the size of the neocortex, doesn't know the difference between something happening in your outer world or something that you're creating through thought alone. And so by doing PTS, past tense scripting, as if you're 20 years down the future and saying, I have this job, I have this spouse, I have this house, your brain and your body chemically and biologically does not know if it hasn't happened or is happening. So now you're beginning to emotionally embrace the future as if it's happening. And this is vibrating a frequency, an energy that is pulling your future to you. And then last is manifestation and meditation. This is where you go find a comfortable spot. I like to use the reference of AIM, A-I-M. A stands for active relaxation. So sit on a couch. I like to lie down in my bed. I'm actively relaxed. I imagine the end result. That's what we just did with our PTS. Imagine where you want to be in 20 years. And then the M. M is the most important. That is a mental rehearsal of what we just went through. So that is mentally rehearsing what you're going to do that specific day that you're meditating, what you're going to do in 5 years, in 10 years, and that 20-year past tense script that we just did. You're going to actually walk through this that you just wrote down in your mind as if you are in that body. So you're getting out of that bed, you're driving in that car, you're going to that new job, you're saying hi to that soulmate, you're petting your 2 dogs, right? Can't forget about the dogs, right? And so this is important because now, instead of scrolling on Instagram and Facebook and being super stressed out and upset with all the injustices that are going on and starting your day with a bad priming, now we are creating our future. We are taking the reins of our life, and we are creating an elevated emotion of gratitude. We are imagining the end result, and we are manifesting it and vibrating. We are mentally rehearsing happening. And now we are the creators of our day. We're no longer reacting. You tell me, what day sounds better? A day that you wake up stressed about social media, now you're just reacting in a stressful, angry, blaming, complaining state? Or a morning where you wake up, you spend 30 minutes drafting your future, creating an elevated emotion, reminding yourself what you're grateful for, and then actively imagining it and manifesting your reality. Guess what? I'm willing to bet that day you're going to be a lot more tranquil. You're going to be a lot more calm. You're going to be less reactive. You're not going to be operating from the hormones of stress and cortisol. So remember, in the morning, do not pee. You can go to the bathroom, but do not pee. Do not think about your problems. Do not think about your phone, and do not think about your past, because guess what? Your brain is otherwise a record of the past, or it can be a map to the future. And what's the best way to create your future? From the unknown. You can create it. You can do it. Remember, don't pee. You can go to the bathroom, but do this in the morning, all right? Don't grab your phone and don't think about your problems. If you like that, subscribe, and guess what? We're going to be bringing more content like this that's going to help self-empower you, baby.